Good morning, Breakfast Clubbers. I'm here in Thornton Village this morning and I'm taking a look at this place just behind me. It's a place that's just recently opened under new ownership and a new name. It's the Wuthering Delights. They do a full English breakfast, so we're going to check it out. Let's go! Yes, today I'm in Thornton Village in Bradford, birthplace of the Brontë Sisters, checking out the full English breakfast on offer at the very aptly named Wuthering Delights Café and Bistro. It's only a few minutes after opening time, the charming wood fire is just getting started, already acting as a cosy focal point. Our breakfast today will of course be the full English, which consists of pork sausage, bacon, black pudding, mushrooms, grilled tomato, baked beans, hash browns, eggs with a choice of fried, scrambled or poached. I've opted for poached and white toast over brown, and all this priced at £11. Drinks are extra, and as usual, I've opted for a pot of tea, priced at £2.50. And with the fire starting to roar, and this small cafe warming up nicely, our breakfast arrives, so it's time to tuck in. Thank you.
Any sauces for you?
No, I'm good. Cheers, thanks. And I'm definitely liking the shape of our plate this week, and whether intentional or not, I'm appreciating the symmetrical style of the food layout. We've got 6 items on the right, 6 on the left, and it's evident just by looking at the sausage and eggs that great care has been taken in placing each item with precision. It's so neat it could have been arranged by Charlotte herself, though I suspect she'd have insisted on the other half of that tomato to complete the balance. Overall, a clean, crisp presentation. Score 10 out of 10. And from a plate that looks like it could win awards for neatness, let's see how the toast stacks up. It's a single slice of thick, lightly toasted white bread here. If I'd have been told this bread was freshly baked less than an hour before being sliced, toasted and served, I wouldn't have argued one bit. It's quite possibly some of the freshest tasting I've ever had. Biting through, you feel a soft, doughy texture, coupled with the lashings of slightly salted butter, and it practically melts in your mouth. Honestly, this toast is so good, it deserves its own novel, though hopefully with fewer tragic endings than the Brontes were known for. Absolutely outstanding. I just wish I could have had more. Score 10 out of 10. From bread that's practically begging for a second slice, let's move on to the mushrooms. A decent portion of quartered mushrooms, with a nice crisp and colouring to the tops and outer edges of the caps. There's a little residual water as you'd expect, but not overly so. Great texture, though a dash of pepper is required to raise them flavour-wise. Perhaps some seasoning during cooking would help. Score 6 out of 10. From the earthy mushrooms, let's brighten things up with a tomato. A small to medium-sized half-grilled tomato. It's soft while still firm enough to cut through without losing its juicy filling all over the plate. Not much evidence of seasoning on either side, but it has retained plenty of heat, and biting in releases that hot, rich flavour onto the taste buds. Score 8 out of 10. Now then, let's crack into those eggs. 2 expertly done poached eggs, both have those firm matte whites you'd expect when a little vinegar has been used in the pan. Thankfully, there's no trace of that left in the tasting this week. Cutting in reveals those expected hot, golden runny yolks that are simply begging to be dipped into, be it from our toast to begin with, or later on, the hash brown and black pudding. Score 9 out of 10. Moving on to the hash browns now. We've got a couple of standard hash browns here. Nothing out of the ordinary. They've got a good crisp on the outside and a tasty shredded potato filling. Taste-wise, just as you'd expect. And they pair well with our egg yolks. Score 6 out of 10. Let's move on to something richer now. The black pudding. It's a good sized piece of pudding, albeit slightly thinner than we've seen of late. A short grill has given good colour on the exterior, while maintaining a soft, moist interior. It has that usual complex mix of rich, savoury, earthy flavour, mixed with the creaminess of the egg yolk. It gives us that velvety smoothness and that melt-in-your-mouth sensation. Another fine example of black pudding. Score 10 out of 10. Right then, it's time to release the beans. Another good portion of baked beans brought to us in that there ramekin, which helps retain their heat and keeps their juices at bay. The sauce is rich but limited, meaning the beans themselves are drier than we often see and a tad sticky. Overall, quite enjoyable. I just wish I had a bit more toast to mop them all up with. Score 7 out of 10. From those sweet and sticky beans, let's see how the sausages measure up. A couple of grilled pork sausages with good colouring from the grill. The skin is crisped and darkened around the thinner ends, and cutting in reveals a soft, moist, meaty filling. On tasting, they offer a great deal of deeply rich pork flavour. There's nothing subtle about these. They're right up there with some of the best we've seen on the channel so far. I'm advised these are some award-winning pork sausages produced by Ellison's Butchers in Cullingworth. If you like the look of these yourself, then why not pay their website a visit? I'll leave a link in the description. Even Heathcliff would have cracked a smile over these bangers. Score 10 out of 10. And from sausages that almost seem to steal the show, let's check out the bacon. We've got 2 good lean rashers of bacon. The fat on the edge of the loins and caps is a good crisp, though it's a touch lighter than my personal preference. The meat is thick, moist and full of flavour, without being overly salty. Another fine example of quality produce. For me, an extra 30 seconds under the grill each side would have made these even better. That said, you can't take anything away from these. Some top quality back bacon. Score, 10 out of 10. With all the items now tested and tasted, let's take a look at the value for money. When evaluating this one, I'm paying mine to the quiet, comfortable, cosy open wood fire bistro setting, the fact I've left fully satisfied having enjoyed every aspect of the meal, and also breakfasts we've seen of late where the produce has been of similar top quality and locally sourced. I can't recall many, if any, of them being priced less than around a £13-14 mark. So for this one here to come in at only £11, I firmly believe this is excellent value for money overall. Score, 9 out of 10. Let's go over the missing items now then, and no fried bread today, so that's just a single penalty point deduction from the overall score. And talking about overall points, after chucking those scores into our number cruncher, Wuthering Delights comes out with a total of 94 points out of a maximum of 110. And now we convert that into a percentage. Today's final Breakfast Club score is 85.5%. Place them right in the middle of our great rating bracket. And looking at Leaderboard now, that score gives Wuthering Delights Café and Bistro 4th spot overall in our top 10. And what a cracking breakfast that was at Wuthering Delights. Hearty, honest, and served in the very village where the Brontë Sisters were born. With sausages worthy of a standing ovation, bacon that's top tier, and black pudding that melts into velvety perfection with the eggs, this cafe has firmly earned its place on our leaderboard. So if you're in Thornton and fancy combining a taste of literary history with a proper full English breakfast, Wuthering Delights is well worth a stop. Proof that great stories and great fry-ups can both begin here. So if you've enjoyed this video and you like what we're doing, the best way to support us is to like, share and subscribe. It's free to do and really helps the channel grow. And as always, may your bacon be sizzling, your fried bread golden and your yolks runny. Thanks for watching and be sure to check out one of our other reviews showing on screen right now. So that was my breakfast here this morning in the birthplace of the Brontes at the aptly named Wuthering Delights. What do you think of that one? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.